Hello, my name is Natasha Wilson, and today I'll be discussing with you a quality of character, responsibility. So what is responsibility? We all know that we have responsibility in our lives, personally, moral responsibility, social responsibilities. We have responsibilities to our families. But what about in sports? Let's think about it. As a student athlete, what's your responsibility to your teammates? Are you to correct them when they're morally wrong? As a coach, what is your responsibility to your team, your assistant coaches? If you have an expectation of everyone to arrive early and being on time is late, then what's your responsibility in it when you show up 10 to 15 minutes late every time? As an athletic administrator, what is your responsibility when things do not work out the way they're supposed to? Are you to pass the buck, or are you to take responsibility for things going wrong? Let's look at the movie clip from Remember the Titans. These players would not be on the same team. These coaches would not be coaching together if it weren't for desegregation. Desegregation forced them to come together as a team. Two players in particular, one Caucasian and one black, Julius Campbell and Jerry Bertier, are at a crossroads of trying to bring everyone together. They're captains of this team. They're the strength of this team. When others see that they're not caring about the fact that they play on a team with someone who's African American or someone who's on their team that's Caucasian, those others follow. They stay split because the two leaders of the team are split. Jerry Bertier takes a stand and goes against one of his players who he knows isn't blocking for the quarterback. He knows that, yes, the quarterback's black, but if this white player does not block for him, he is going to get hurt. Jerry Bertier takes a stand and speaks up and speaks out against this player. Julius sees this and follows suit by making sure that his players understand that we are a team and we are going to play together. This is an example of taking responsibility as coaches and as student athletes. Let's look at the definitions, or how we can define responsibility. Responsibility is being trusted to do what needs to be done. Simply put, having the responsibility or authority over making decisions, as well as holding yourself and others accountable. Having responsibility is a big deal. What does the Bible say? Well, in the New Living Translation, Luke 12:48, Jesus says, "When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. And when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required." Having the responsibility, the authority over others as a head coach, an athletic trainer, an athletic director is a huge responsibility. And God has expected you to do it and do it to the best of your ability. In sports, we all play a role and we all have a responsibility. From the athletic administrator to student athletes, we all have a responsibility in doing what's right, ethically and morally. For the student athletes, Bruce Brown says, "Great teams are made up of athletes who have given up their quest for individual glory, who have embraced the traits of being a team player, and are committed to the group effort. For the true athlete, nothing compares to the memories built from being a part of something bigger than he is." Numero uno for student athletes. Responsibility. Putting yourself second and putting the team first. The team before yourself. This is hard to do for some, but for those who can do it, they reap the benefits of victories. When every single person on your team understands that there's a bigger picture and that this team is bigger than them, who knows what you can accomplish? Another responsibility for student athletes is taking responsibility for your actions on and off the field. If in the classroom you're not showing up, you're being late, you're not studying, you're going to hurt the team more than actually help them, because eventually the professors are going to mark you absent, they're going to drop you letter grades, and then you'll be ineligible to even compete with the team. How is that helping the team when you render yourself ineligible because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, handling your responsibilities as a student athlete? Another responsibility is carrying out good sportsmanship. And it never helps the team as well if you throw a fit, throw water bottles, kick coolers, if you act out and the team gets attacked, or the coaches have to send you to the locker room, or have to take time away from coaching everyone else and preparing them for the game because they have to address your attitude. Being a good sportsman will outweigh any of those other traits. That is your responsibility as a student athlete. Now let's look at coaches. Head coaches have a load of responsibility. John Wooden says, a good coach can change a game, but a great coach can change a life. Coaches have more responsibility than just winning games. You are building and developing student athletes into being young men and young women, citizens who will contribute to society in their future. You are a teacher. You teach quality traits to them, such as responsibility. The first responsibility for coaches is to lead. You lead by example. You lead your assistant coaches so that one day they can leave and lead and be a head coach as they watched you. Developing the character of student athletes, teaching them how to fight through adversity, teaching them how to hang their heads high even through a loss. These are all important things that you and your responsibilities as a coach that you have to do. Another responsibility of a coach is to properly prepare and to work hard. It doesn't make sense for you to expect for your coaches and your players to show up every practice and to give it their all and 100% when you're only giving 80%, when you're not going through film and you're not taking the time to develop your strategy, if you're just coming out and winging it. That's not going to work, and that's not going to prepare them to be the best that they can be. Athletic administrators. Harry Truman says, a leader is a person who has the ability to get other people to do what they don't want to do and to like it. Athletic administrators have to control many moving parts. They have sports medicine, the head athletic trainer, they have they have strength and conditioning coordinators, they have facility managers, they have student athletes, they have head coaches, you have multiple teams. Athletic directors have to work to get everyone to understand the bigger picture. That's why, as a responsibility as the athletic director or any other athletic administrator, it's important to lead with a clear vision and mission. When everyone can see what the end goal is and how they're going to get there, it's much easier to attempt than when it's very cloudy and things are not transparent. An athletic director also has the responsibility to be a servant leader. Again, as I mentioned, an athletic director or athletic administrators they oversee many different parts, many aspects of athletics. Making sure that you're listening and you are caring for others is all a part of servant leadership and is your responsibility in what God has entrusted you with. Also, a responsibility is to set expectations for the overall program and the character development of the program. Your coaches have to have a guide. You set the guide for your coaches to know what type of character they should expect or what they should be recruiting in student athletes. There's no need for coaches to go out and get a bunch of bad character student athletes. You would rather that they go out and recruit the best talent, character-wise as well as athletic. One last quote from the Bible, James 4:17. Remember, it is sin to know what you ought to do and then not do it. As coaches, athletic directors, administrators, student athletes, if you know something is wrong and you don't say anything or you pass it on or you ignore it, you're not handling your responsibility. Back to the Remember the Titans clip. Jerry Bertier knew that if his teammate didn't do his job in blocking for the quarterback could get seriously hurt. He knew that he had to say something. That was his responsibility. In conclusion, athletes, coaches, and athletic directors who take responsibility in their sports teams, and their overall programs will flourish, and they will be exemplary leaders of character as well as winners. Thank you.